Alright, so first of all, I would highly recommend that you go watch the introduction video if you haven't already, so that you understand what is going on in this series and what the rules are. Anyways, I will quickly bring you up to speed with what I did when I first made the account. My first goal was to do the dig site quest. However, the dig site quest requires 25 thieving, 10 agility, and 10 herb lore. So the first thing that I did was I went to Varrock and stole tea from the tea stall until I had a full inventory. And I used that to cross the White Wolf Mountain and go to Sears Village. Then I did the murder mystery quest there, and that got me to like 11 crafting. Then I spun flax into bowstring there until I had 20 crafting. I then went to Ardone and stole from the cake stall in order to get some food. I did that until 20 thieving, and then I stole from the silk stall until 25 thieving. So now that I had 25 thieving, I headed to the gnome stronghold to get 10 agility, which did not take very long. And afterwards, I made sure to start the waterfall quest. Then I went up to Keldagrim because you can't teleport with the minigame teleport there anymore apparently until you've actually started the quest. So I did that, and then while I was there I stole from the crafting stall, which allowed me to get a necklace mold, a ring mold, and a chisel. The ring mold and the chisel especially being very useful for what I want to do. Also, I only had 4 earth runes and I needed 6 to complete the waterfall quest. So I managed to find this earth rune spawn by the GE here. And I believe this is the only way for me to get earth runes right now. It's just from picking them up off the ground. Also, I needed a rope in order to complete the waterfall quest, and I finally managed to find one here on Kurumja, spawning on the ground here. So I made sure to grab lots of extras for later. I then completed the waterfall quest, which got me to 30 attack and strength, which is nice. But also I got 2 gold bars, which are actually going to be quite useful since they're pretty difficult for me to get, and they will be for quite some time since I can't even telekinetic grab them from the bank in Varrock, since I don't have the magic level or the runes to do that, and I probably won't for quite some time. But I'll need these gold bars in order to make rings of recoil, which I need in order to complete the Druidic Ritual quest. So at this point, what I was planning to do was to do the Mistlin Mystery quest because I wanted to get the hunting knife, because I had heard that the hunting knife couldn't damage anything, so it was like flowers but better because flowers can actually hit, damage occasionally. And that would be quite useful to me because I need to aggro things to attack me that aren't high enough level to aggro me normally, so that I can then Ring of Recoil them to death. However, it turns out that you don't get the hunting knife from the quest. You get it from the Halloween event, which is kind of weird to me because this was the Halloween event and they just turned it into a quest. So I assumed I would get the knife, but also it turns out that they nerfed the knife anyways and basically made it the same as flowers. So it doesn't really even matter anyways. But anyways, I didn't figure any of this out until I actually completed this really annoying quest. But at least I got some crafting XP and some gems or whatever. So like I said, I need to make rings of recoil, but I don't have the 7 magic needed to enchant them. So what I ended up having to do was I need to splash Windstrike in order to get to level 3 in order to cast Weaken, because I want to splash because I don't want to gain any HP XP obviously. But the problem is I didn't have the gear that I needed in order to get the negative 65 magic bonus so that I would be guaranteed to splash every time. So what I ended up doing was going deep into the wilderness, and I found this iron kite shield spawn here. And with this, combined with the Ironman armor that you start with, I have exactly negative 65 magic bonus, assuming I don't wield a staff, so I won't be able to do that now that I have one to wield anyways. Also, I didn't have any cosmic runes that I needed in order to enchant the sapphire rings either, So I had to head even deeper into the wilderness and risk getting KO'd by these ice giants, which fortunately did not kill me. Also, while I was in the wilderness, I made sure to pick up some iron bars from this spawn here, which I will need in order to complete the Night Sword quest without having to get 15 smithing, so that way I can go straight from level 1 to 30. So along the way, I made sure to knock out some quests, including the Restless Ghosts and Rune Mysteries, both of which I will need in the future. And although I can now mine essence and craft air runes, I can't actually make any other type of runes though, because I don't have the talismans and there's no way right now for me to actually get them. So it's actually going to be quite difficult for me just to get the runes that I'll need to get to level 7 magic so that I can enchant these sapphire rings. Fortunately, I remembered that there's this body rune spawn next to the GE with 2 per world, so it's actually not going to be too difficult to get a decent amount of body runes. However, the difficult part is going to be getting the water and earth runes. So apparently at the center of the lava maze there is a earth staff that spawns there, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that, and then all I'll need is the water runes. Look at this. After all the time spent collecting 2 body runes per world at the GE, there's 15 spawning at a time here in the center of the lava maze. However, I can't actually really get to them because there's these 2 lesser demons here. Alright, so I have their staff, and this is the advantage to not being a hardcore Ironman, I guess. Alright, so I went and just finished the Rune Mysteries quest quickly. And I also grabbed my 30 air and mind runes that I get per day, which I'm actually going to need just to get to level 3 so I can start casting Weaken, and then hopefully I'll have enough body runes to get me the rest of the way to level 7. So I went ahead and got level 3 magic, making sure not to wield the earth staff while I did it because I needed to have exactly the negative 65 magic bonus so that I wouldn't splash. With anything less than that, I could have potentially hit a 1 or 2 and gain some HP XP, and obviously I don't want that. But I still didn't know how I was going to find some water runes because I had the other 2 runes basically taken care of, but the water runes were really becoming pretty difficult to find. But fortunately, I was able to find this spawn here, 4 water runes and actually 3 fire runes as well per world, which I made sure to pick up as well, just in case I need them later. I was getting aggroed by the scorpions, which was a little bit annoying, but not that big of a deal. And I just splashed Weaken on them. Well, not entirely splashing because I did have negative 55 magic bonus since I had to wield the Earth Staff. But with curse types of spells, it doesn't really matter because you can't do damage with them anyways. But occasionally when you don't splash, you just have to switch to a different scorpion because it'll say that one's already been weakened or whatever. But again, it's not that big of a deal. So finally I managed to get level 7 magic after a while, and I can finally enchant my sapphire rings. Anyways, so in next episode I intend to complete the Druidic Ritual quest, and we will see where I go from there. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.